This is
Hello. Hello. I'm going to step out and I'm going to have Deputy Mayor Glenn Hart take over.
This is the MAT tax, municipal accommodation tax. I'm putting forth a proposal that the council approve the establishment of a 4% transient accommodation tax, MAT, as per Municipal Act Regulation 435-17, to be imposed on the purchase of accommodations of short duration within the township of Nipigon. Further, the transient accommodation tax will be adopted via bylaw and be put into effect June 1st, 2024, and that the Township of Nipigon provides revenue proceeds in the amount defined within the Municipal Act Regulations 435-17 to a local tourism entity for services or activities supporting the promotion and development of tourism in the Township of Nipigon. Putting that forward. Discussion?
Go ahead. Oh, you can go ahead first.
No, go ahead. I'm getting busy.
I was asked by some of our accommodation business owners in town to look into some questions with this, and it tugs at my heartstrings here because I can understand their concerns, and I did appreciate their questions, and they wanted data. So did some digging around, and the only data that I found is positive with the MAT tax, that the places that have done it have been able to increase the amount of visitors to their area in shoulder seasons. I found no place that said we tried it and it was bad and we backed out of it. It certainly needs good people on the committee to help come up with ideas and get new activities going. But and I understand it's going to be a change for these businesses, and change is scary. There's a bit of unknown here. I suppose if we find there is a lot of grief, we can re-meet on this.
Yeah.
But at this point, I can't see any reason not to proceed.
Okay, thank you. It's unfortunate that Councillor Westlever is absent for this discussion, and it's weather related, so she can't make it in. But I don't know. I was going to suggest that at least before making a decision, we wait until Parks Canada actually has their administration and visitor center in place, and in my view, that would be established like a true destination spot to go to or whatever. Like we have our river, we have our lake, we have our fishing, we have our hunting. Akina has rivers and lakes and fishing and hunting. Manitouwadge has all that as well. But I don't know, that's what I was going to suggest, that we wait until we get that center in place. And then the other thing, maybe at that time we might get more buy-in by our motel owners. And currently we don't have any. So, and that's why I'm opposing this. In the future, I might support it, but without any owners actually supporting it at this point, I can't support it. Like I said, I really, Parks Canada is going to be bringing in something significant here, and I would suggest that we wait until that time before making a decision. Thank you.
My own personal thoughts, I've looked into it extensively as well, and came to the same conclusions as Councillor Sakamoto. Working with the hotels and the motels and whatever accommodations we have, that's the important part. And the whole goal of this is to drive more people to them, and in effect to all the businesses in Nipigon. That's the purpose of it. All the showy, every talking point about it, that's what it is. And this was implemented to allow us to have it because the government took away the funding that they were giving for us to do just this. And working through budgets and stuff right now, there is a lot of stuff on the budget that could be covered small things, but through the leverage with government funding, you can actually take a $5,000 project and actually have the money on hand in a budgetable format to leverage with government funding, which could expand that to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 project. So, okay, that's what I have to say.
Put it to a vote.
Let's put this to a vote. All those in favor? All those against? Passes.
With one opposed.
With one opposed. Okay.
Did you see that? Where'd you go?
As long as you didn't hear any of that.
For what?
Off and on. Museum 7A, Museum Committee Minutes of March 18th, 2024. So this is resolution 64-2024. Moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the minutes of the Museum Committee on March 18th, 2024 are hereby adopted with recommendations 1 to 3 and number 1.
Yeah, there's 2 sets of recommendations here.
Okay.
One is, yeah.
And what were those? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the recommendations are to install CO directors or detectors strategically in the basement furnace room, investigate the source of occasional sewage gas smell in the basement, possibly from dry taps in the basement. Investigate whether sewage backflow valves are installed in basement, and if not, options to install. And then the next recommendation is to take into consideration the archaeological values and obligations under the Heritage Act and consult with Paige Campbell, Archaeology Review Officer, Ministry of Citizenship and Multiculturalism, and Dr. Scott Hamilton, Archaeologist, Department of Anthropology, Lakehead University, prior to any site work or disturbance for the extension of the parking lot, right? Okay, Councillor McKenzie?
Yeah, thanks. Just a little bit background also, like in our budget, we're going to be, there's some recommendations here that are like pertaining to the building. And then I know the fire alarm system, we've talked about that. I just want to revisit that a little bit as well. I know it's hopefully it'll be in our budget. So the other thing, there's excuse me, as far as the archaeological values, it was suggested at our meeting that perhaps we might need to hire like an archaeologist for a short period of time, or they're doing they may have to disturb some areas down by the marina and when they're expanding the parking lot. So that's part of that recommendation about the archaeological values. And then further to the museum, there's also on March the 28th, the Thunder Bay Museum is coming down. They're going to share their expertise with the local museum board. So I just wanted council to be aware of that as well.
Just a note about the hiring of an archaeologist. Like we did have an archaeological study done that showed as a mapping and everything, and we actually talked about it at our last public works meeting. Yeah, but there was a suggestion instead of Shane talked to Dr. Hamilton. Okay. There was a suggestion of building on top instead of digging under, because it's not like it's a burial ground or anything like that. It's foundation. It's an old foundation of a building, which is still significant, but it's not like we're going to dig up the foundation and build a museum around it. So as long as it's not disturbed, but probably won't be necessary to hire somebody. I think Well, Paige works for the government, so she should be able to consult with us on that. So we are definitely aware of that, and Shane is aware of that, and so,
It's been a talking point for some people.
For sure. Okay, so we're gonna go with the minutes of I'm just gonna read this again. Resolution number 64-2024, moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the minutes of the Museum Committee on March 18th, 2024 hereby adopted with recommendations 1 through 3 in maintenance and 1 on archaeological values, as I read previously, are approved. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Okay, next 8B cemetery. So this is the minutes of March 21st, 2024. And this is resolution 65-2024. Are there any discussion points on, you're on the cemetery committee, right, Gordon? Okay.
And the museum.
Museum and cemetery. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, just with the cemetery minutes in the committee, I just want to say a great big thank you to Glenna Clearwater. She's put in 25 years of dedicated service to this committee, and she's been the secretary and keeps excellent notes. She's very passionate about what happens down there and how to keep it beautiful and that. So I just want to publicly acknowledge her commitment and her dedication over the last 25 years. So we'll see in the recommendations what's happening there. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So resolution number 65-2024, moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that the minutes of the Cliffside Cemetery Committee on March 19th, 2024 hereby adopted with recommendations 1 through 2 approved. So recommendations to council are that the written resignation as secretary of the Cliffside Cemetery by Glenna Clearwater be accepted and that she remains as a member of the committee. And number 2, that the council approve the hiring of Evelyn Medell as secretary for the Cliffside Cemetery Committee as of April 1st, 2024. All in favor? Opposed? And carried? And I echo Gordon's thoughts, as I imagine we all do. Thank you, Glenna, for your service as secretary, and I'm sure you'll continue on attending those meetings to help us maintain the cemetery. Okay. Sundries, a letter from the Minister of Northern Development. This is just for informational purposes, just to follow up to mine and Councillor McKenzie's meeting with Parliamentary Assistant Kevin Holland at Roma. Okay. Then we have, for information purposes, top of Lake Superior Chamber of Commerce minutes from March 5th and 19th. Information purposes, any comments or? Okay. Moving on, sundries again, C, revised confirmed minutes of the February DSAB regular and closed session board meeting for information purposes only. Again, this is minutes from DSAB. We have Nancy from Red Rock, who is our local representative on that board. Okay. And now we go down to our other municipal resolutions. So we only have 2 this week. Last time we had quite a few. Let's just get through these minutes here. Okay, so this one is from Lincoln. Basically to increase funding to libraries and museums. I don't think I need to read the whole thing out. We do not have a seconder for this. So do we want to second this, or is there?
Is this the Lincoln one?
This is the Lincoln one. So this is, therefore be it resolved that the Town of Lincoln Council urges the provincial government to support increasing funding to both public libraries and community museums, recognizing these institutions as national assets and strategically investing in their potential. It contributes significantly to renewing post-pandemic social cohesion, economic well-being, and community resilience. And then they're asking that all the municipalities sign in regularly. Yeah, good. Well, Councillor Hart?
The basic problem from what I read with this is it's based on population levels 25 years ago, which Nipigon would actually be, that would be an advantage. Just saying. I know.
So you're saying we might get less funding if it's based by population from how many years ago?
25.
Oh, 25 years ago. So we're probably like at 4,000 or 5,000 people back then. And we're currently at about 1,600.
I do agree that they need more funding, yes.
Yeah.
But I think.
No. Okay. I won't push it.
My mind is on the next one.
Your mind is on the next one. All right. Okay.
I don't know enough about that one to.
Okay. It's actually the first I've heard of that one too. So the next one is County of Prince Edward Resolution of February 12, 2024 regarding expanding the life of fire apparatus. So this is 66-2024.
Read the important part.
Would you like to read that part since you're on the fire committee? Yeah.
Whereas no provincial funding is available for new fire trucks, yet small and rural municipalities must meet the same standards set by FUS as larger municipalities for fire equipment, including additional pressure to move fire trucks out when they reach a specific age, even though they can still meet the safety regulations. It's my understanding that is also an issue here. So this is just resolving that the council direct the mayor to draft a letter to MPP Minister Todd Smith requesting a meeting to discuss the lifespan of fire apparatus, specifically pertaining to the replacement of fire trucks due to insurance requirements, and that the mayor draft a letter to FUS requesting the creation of a new community fire protection and fire prevention insurance system that does not put all municipalities under the same umbrella, with distinct categories for rural and urban municipalities.
Yeah.
I would like to see us support that.
Okay. Yeah. We do have a mover and a seconder for that one. So resolution 66-2024 moved by Councillor McKenzie, seconded by Councillor Sakamoto, that this council hereby supports County of Prince Edward Resolution of February 12, 2024 regarding expanding the life of fire apparatus. All in favor? Opposed? And carried. Okay, before we go into closed council or closed session, I just want to go around and see if anyone has any other business to add. Councillor Hart? There
is some community misinformation going on about what we're planning with the changes at the landfill. I think we need to, or Public Works needs to come forward and maybe put something out there that what the plan is for the future of that with the carrots and that stuff. Because I've had more than a few people stop in to ask questions. Okay. So maybe you can make a note of that to go on the next Public Works meeting about communication, or maybe just to bring it to Shane even. I don't think it has to, it could be brought up as a follow-up. In particular about the changes that are going on with the landfill, with the cards and stuff. Stickers, that's what yeah. Because just to bring everyone up to speed on that, it's because I have heard people just in passing talking to each other about this and wondering why I think currently while we're getting the stickers, we're having the operator ask for people's licenses. It is to prevent people that are not paying taxes or who don't have because the Red Rock Indian Band has a contract with us to use our landfill. So it's folks that don't pay our taxes or have a contract with us to use our landfill to stop using our landfill or to pay to use our landfill, so that we are not supplementing the use of their use of our landfill with our taxpayers' money. So I know it's a little bit, anything new is a little bit annoying for people to get used to. I didn't bring my license or I forgot it or something like that, or why are you asking me for it? It is to make sure that people are paying who should be paying for the use of that landfill. Yeah. So it's to help us. And once it's explained to the people, like, yes, they understand. So maybe that could be something part of that communication piece through the Public Works, that we can communicate why.
if people understand why we do things, it's a lot easier for them to accept a lot of the time, so. Okay, Councillor Mackenzie.
Okay, thank you. Just further to that, also, might include the dumping fees have increased, to where, to where they probably should be. So, the other point I had was just, I wanted to wish everyone a happy Easter and a blessed Easter. We're gonna have a nice long weekend, and, yeah, so just put that out for our community.
We could build snowmen.
Snow bunnies.
Easter bunny. There you go.
Councillor Sakamoto? Nothing. Okay. I just want to say, and I think there was something else I wanted to say, but as usual, I forgot because I didn't write it down, but I just want to make everybody aware that we do have a quad council meeting scheduled for May 13th. It'll be the first quad council meeting since 2019. Just so the public understands what that is, it's a joint council meeting between Dorian, Red Rock, Nipigon, and Red Rock Indian Band, and get together and talk about issues that are related to all 4 communities, such as the hospital, healthcare, things like that, the highway. So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully most folks from those communities can make it. And I think that's all I have to say. Linda, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I just want to put out a reminder to the community about the strategic planning that's going on, and so we do have our survey that's still available online, and also we are having sessions where community members are being invited to come and participate in, so I'm hoping that we will have good turnout for that.
Yeah, very important. Thanks for bringing that up, because that's going to be our roadmap for the decision making that happens for the next 5 years. We're here for another 3 or so years, and then it would expand into the next council's mandate as well. But people, I know that a lot of people have very strong opinions, and they have issues that they like to bring up. This is the time to bring them up so that they can be considered when that plan is taken care of. We can't promise that everything is going to be included in that plan, but we want to hear people's voices, and enough voices are talking about certain things, then you'll see that in the plan. So it's really important that everyone steps up and puts in. It doesn't take long. As Linda said, there's paper ones at the library, there's paper ones here at the recreation center. I saw them, it's online. So there's lots of opportunity for people to be included in that consultation. Okay, so resolution 67-2024 moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Mackenzie, that this council resolve in a closed session under section 239 of the Authority of the Municipal Act 2001 to discuss, number 1, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. Number 2, a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board. All in favor? Opposed? And carried.